All right, everybody, so a few wild cards again this week. That seems to be the mantra these days. So inflation numbers came back higher than expected. That drove the treasuries up, so rates are up this week. That said, we may see some softening over the next few weeks. Some people are even saying they're pushing the Fed to increase rates another 0.5% this next time around, so we'll see what happens with that. But I do see people trying to get deals done right now in the market. So they're definitely trying to make them happen. I don't know that they're actually going to, but there's a lot of people out there looking at deals, running numbers, seeing what they can do, understanding what they can do if they add so many ADUs to a unit, those kinds of things. Definitely some more refis, cash out refis, especially as people start to feel like there are going to be more opportunities in the market. So those are the kinds of deals that we're working on right now. We are doing some ground up construction. We're doing some boutique hotel financing. So there are some other kind of unique types of properties, which seems to be pretty typical. The last cycle, we kind of did the same thing. I had a lot more of those kind of just non-traditional, straightforward apartment deals. A lot more kind of commercial, boutique hotels, self-storage, construction, and then some, some normal deals, but a lot less. So there is a lot of movement in the market. Banks are moving their margins up and down. Last week, I believe it was, we had where the agencies came out and dropped their spreads 40 basis points for the month of February as a special. Well, a week later, Fannie came back and increased their spreads 20 basis points, which was completely unexpected from our agency lenders, but it happened. So that just goes to show you that sort of the confidence is in and out, right? So some banks are like, hey, or lenders are saying, hey, let's get really aggressive. Let's push some business. Oh, wait a second. maybe things aren't as great as we thought. Maybe we should scale back a little bit. So there is definitely some movement in the market with lenders and rates and their margins. They definitely have healthy spreads right now. I don't think rates need to be as high as they are. There's about a point built in. But it is what it is. This is the market that we're moving in, and we're all just trying to adapt to the current state of things, right? So I have a lot of clients who have said, let's see what happens at the end of Q1. The issue is that on the multifamily side anyways, not so much residential, but on the multifamily side, there's still this disconnect between buyers and sellers. So sellers still have this price that they think their building is worth, and buyers are saying, hey, I can't really pay that price. I need a higher cap rate because rates are higher. I'm not qualifying for as much. So we still haven't quite met in the middle. I keep thinking it's going to happen, and I think it's starting to a little bit, but there's a lot of sellers here who are still on the sidelines. And of course, it makes sense. For example, one of my buildings I just refinanced last year, the beginning of last year, for 3.1%. So if I want to sell my building, but it's not absolutely necessary, why would I go sell my property that has a 3% interest rate, a low threes interest rate, to go trade into another building that's going to have a higher interest rate and more than likely a lower return right now? So this is the dilemma that a lot of people are in, and a lot of sellers are just not that motivated to sell their properties unless they absolutely have to. So this is still what we're seeing in the market. There are always opportunities wherever you go. The one thing I like to say about real estate is that it's all about the numbers. So it's very easy if you can take the emotions out and be objective and underwrite your numbers. And if those numbers make sense, then go after the deal. So that makes a lot of, I love that about this. This is not the stock market. It's not going to, drop overnight. It's not going to go down 80% overnight. So this is the beautiful thing. And most of us are still, if you already own properties, we're still getting our cash flow. So that's all great news. So this market is about running your numbers, being conservative, having a pulse on things, and making smart decisions. It's always the same, but in this day and time, we're having to kind of shift the criteria because obviously the market is moving, prices are changing, interest rates are going up. So if you have any questions, you want me to take a look at any deals that you're sizing up, or you're considering buying something, you're considering adding ADUs or seeing what you can do on construction 6 months down the road even, send it over. Happy to take a look. It's what we do all day, so it doesn't take very long. But anyways, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you.